Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Industrial Hemp Job Creation Project presentation. One of our success through traditions intervention. The presenter is Kamal Liswalicha. So, fresh global overview. We're going to have a brief introduction, uh, talk more about industrial hemp, about the industrial hemp project design that we developed, uh, introduce you to our core team, and answer any of your questions. So, as an introduction, I guess I wanted to give you some personal background of how I got involved in industrial hemp. In the late 1990s, while working at USAID in Zambia, I began researching and reading about a plant called industrial hemp. During that time, it was illegal to grow, and any country growing the plant was ineligible for U.S. government funding. Therefore, I just kept the books in my library as I could not take any action at that point in time. However, 7 years ago, industrial hemp or cannabis reappeared throughout the world and in the U.S. states and federal governments, uh, and they began changing the legislation. So since that time, I've been engaging companies in Europe, in the U, and in the USA about coming up with some sustainable economic development activities. Uh, so why economic development? Well, my career, and I've been working on international projects for over 35 years. And the results have been mixed for me. Um, uh, and I've now become more in favor of fair trade versus aid. However, aid can still play an important role. Um, Therefore, our team wants to create trade versus receiving aid continuously because of the mixed results that I have discovered. Uh, so in that vein, I want to turn your attention to industrial hemp cannabis. So industrial hemp, the history of hemp in Africa. Through the early 1900s, hemp was cultivated in Madagascar, but didn't have the appeal because of the THC that provided the psychoactive properties. Um, and then, however, when South Africa first legalized cannabis, it was for medical marijuana only, and wasn't legalized to grow for personal use until 2018. And not much else was heard until Ramaphosa in 2022 in his speech, where he spoke of kickstarting the cannabis industry once and for all for his nation, estimating it would create up to 130,000 jobs. So as we can see here on the African map here, uh, the African industrial hemp industry have gained traction in recent years. Africa currently has 11 countries allow the growing of industrial hemp. And according to the New Frontier Data Report, Africa cannabis market shares over 10% of the global cannabis demand and ranks fourth after Asia, North America, and Europe. So in this map, you can see in the dark green countries that are actually growing the crop, and in the lighter green, like in Zambia and in Ghana, they are moving towards the legalization of hemp, industrial hemp. So hemp in Africa's future. Experts think this time may work out differently for South Africa. Experts estimate that by 2050, 80% of Africans' population will live in cities and have a higher market for hemp and other cannabis products. If this prediction pans out, it could be a significant economic boost for the struggling nation. While marijuana has been the focus in years past, global demand for hemp has grown exponentially. Experts estimate the value of the international industrial hemp market as 4.13 billion in 2021, with a 16.8 growth rate through 2030. Wildlife conservationists are hoping that legalizing hemp industry will reduce poaching, as some farmers have turned the practice to support their families. The hemp industry has grown privately throughout the last decade, making it a mainstream that could be what is needed to see an impact. If Africa can utilize the industry by adding processing plants and producing hemp products, they could cut into the industry. Commercializing hemp could make Africa's significant presence in the global market, while hemp products could reinvigorate the construction and manufacturing industries. So let us look at some of the industrial hemp uses. There are over 100 products that we can create using industrial hemp. And below are a few examples. Clothing and textile. Hemp fabric for shirts, pants, jackets, and other clothing items. Building materials. Hempcrete as a concrete alternative for installation and fiberboards for construction. Food products such as hemp seeds, hemp protein powder, hemp oil, and hemp milk used in cooking or as a supplement. Cosmetics and personal care. Hemp oil usage in lotion, creams, shampoos, and soaps. And I have tried the hemp soap. I use hemp soap and hemp lotion today, and have tried the hemp seeds, the hemp milk products as well. Now, what our project will target will be the industrial hemp textile and the hempcrete design is what we want to focus on. And in that, our aim is to ensure sustainable fabric production and quality control, to develop a market development and sales channel, and to also look at job creation and capacity building. So now let us turn to the industrial hemp project design that we have developed. Um, and and here's our rationale for that. Uh, Starting a hemp textile production project in Botswana offers a significant opportunity to create a sustainable, eco-friendly industry that generates jobs and stimulates local economic growth. Hemp is a renewable resource that requires minimum water and no harmful pesticides, making it an environmentally conscious alternative to traditional textile fibers. Uh, Starting a hemp creek production in Botswana offers a considerable affordable housing and an opening to generate jobs. By developing a complete supply chain from hemp farming to fiber processing and textile manufacturing, this project can position Botswana as a leader in sustainable textile production. The project will provide diverse job opportunities across the supply chain from farming to manufacturing, benefiting local communities and fostering skill development. Additionally, it can align with the African Growth and Opportunity Act, AGOA, which offers preferential trade access to the U.S. market for eligible African countries. Also, this focus on AGOA can increase exports, enhance trade relations, and improve Botswana's global market presence. Overall, the project promises to contribute to Botswana's economic diversification, provide sustainable employment, and promote environmentally friendly manufacturing practices. So now let's get into a little bit more detail about our economic development concept. The major sectors, uh, the primary one is economic development. Then we're focusing on agriculture, youth, and women empowerment. In terms of our target groups, we're looking at the small farmers, co-ops, youth, women, and local NGOs. Now let's dig a little deeper into what we would then offer these target groups. In terms of small farmers or co-ops, we will work and help them to grow the industrial hemp. Uh, they would get quality seeds from us, and we will provide technical assistance training. And they will also be eligible to get equipment and tools. Um, and with the local NGO, we would want to partner with them. Fresh Global has a sister organization called Fresh Power. That is our NGO wing, and we would develop a partnership with the local NGO and develop a processing plant, providing them technical assistance and how to operate that, and we will operate it jointly. And be processing materials for the youth, women, and others for commercial use. For example, the hemp creek production, uh, uh, and providing the sustainable building materials that would be needed in the marketplace. Um, as we look at the women and youth, or youth and women, we will have an incubator center. And in that, we would work with uh, the youth and the women to come up with products that they would most be interested in, and we would be providing technical assistance in entrepreneurship, also in product development and business support. And in that business formation, besides entrepreneurship, we want to encourage that the entrepreneurs look at establishing an employee-owned business structure, better known as an EOB. These EOBs can foster a sense of responsibility and engagement among employees as they have a direct stake in the success of the company. And it's a unique and collaborative business model that can be very effective. So that's something that we would want to encourage. So that's our concept. Now, meet the team that will be implementing or be leading in the implementation of the economic development concept. So we have Kamal Liswalicha, Angela Dawson, and Aquila Ledbetter. Mr. Liswalicha has traveled throughout Africa, the Middle East, and Central Asia. His primary skill sets are financial and project management and capacity system strengthening. And he's also a person that helps identify sources of funding as well. Now, turning to Angela Dawson, Miss Dawson is a fourth-generation farmer and a business owner. She can assist with the legislation of hemp as she has been a strong advocate in her state of Minnesota and has worked with many government officials in assuring the proper legislation, and that is targeted to helping the Botswanans more so than foreigners. Okay. Next, Aquila Ledbetter. Ms. Ledbetter has a strong commitment to empowering innovators and sustainability. And she started in Namibia and now wants to come next door and help Botswanans as well. We also have other partners. We have a consortium of historically Black colleges and universities that are involved in hemp research. And we have hemp companies and consultants that are ready to provide their insight and help those entrepreneurs that will want to get into a particular product design, and they will provide their expertise in helping them go down that journey. Cost and funding source. The initial cost to do an assessment should not exceed $100,000. And our estimated budget for the pilot project, which could be between 18 to 36 months, is between 20 to 30 million. And again, that would really also hinge on the results of the feasibility study. The funding source would be USAID, other donors, the government of Botswana, or the private sector. We think that once the pilot becomes or is, when it is successful, it'll be able to scale up very quickly, as we would show that that particular activity will be generating program income and will be making or creating more jobs and opportunities, and the demand for the industrial hemp uh, uh, material will grow. So the overall benefits, uh, it will provide small farmers with constant income, stimulate entrepreneurship, and a hemp manufacturing facility can potentially create a significant number of jobs, with an estimated suggesting that hemp industry could generate up to 130,000 jobs or more. And another byproduct of hemp, illegal hemp, could create tens of thousands new jobs across multiple sectors. So here is our preliminary structure of how we would organize the project activity. Um, and you can actually see how each company will be providing specific technical assistance and working with our counterparts in Botswana. Questions? I've just been told that this is a recording, so I would like for you to send your questions to my email address, or you could call me. That is my WhatsApp number as well, with any questions that you might have. I would like to thank you all for listening to our presentation, and I look forward to talking to you and developing a long-term relationship with this industrial hemp economic development activity. Thank you.